Summer is officially here. Hi everyone, my name is Kate. Welcome back to my wondernetting channel. I hope you're enjoying the sunshine, cute dresses and sandals, fresh fruits, and I'm already in full summer mode. I was thinking we spend so much time crocheting summer clothes, but summer accessorizes. Yes, please. I decided to upgrade my summer wardrobe with handmade accessorizes, and first in the list, a beach bag. I want it to be nice and big and fit everything: a towel, a sunscreen, water, swimsuit, snacks. Literally everything I need for a day out. I know not everyone loves beach, maybe you just can't go this year, and that's totally okay. This bag isn't just for a beach, you can take it on a picnic, to the park, to the hike, weekend trip, any summer adventure really, so don't limit yourself with a beach vibe. My plan for today is to crochet with you a beach bag, but in the next video we will crochet together a matching bucket hat. So don't miss out and please subscribe to my channel. I want a complete summer beach look, so this is my inspiration picks. And by the way, if you haven't crocheted yet this top, you can find tutorial on my channel. I'll be using raffia yarn. Just look at this color. Look at this fuchsia color. I don't know how many grams we will need for the bag and bucket hat, but we'll see. So it's paper yarn and it's perfect for beach bags and bucket hats. I've linked this yarn for you below this video, so please check it out. There are a lot of different colors of this yarn, but I really love this fuchsia color. If you don't have raffia yarn, no worries at all, you can use something else. I recommend going with a thicker, sturdy yarn that can hold its shape, like a t-shirt yarn or maybe thick cotton yarn, but even good old acrylic yarn will be good if it's only what you have on hand. So okay, let's get started. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video and leave your comment. I'm super excited how it turns out. It's gonna be such a cute and useful summer bag. You know, I've been wanting a place where I can share not only my free YouTube tutorials, but all my crochet designs. Tops, dresses, accessorizes like old clothing, maybe home decor, some patterns, blog posts, something that feels like a real home for everything I create. And hosting Horizons has made this process way easier and fun than I expected. Thank you Hosting Horizons for sponsoring this video. So how it works? I type in something like create a stylish portfolio website for crochet designer who makes unique handmade items including bags, tops, dresses, accessorizes and home decor. The website should include a homepage with a clean gallery of finished designs, separate section for each category: bags, clothing, accessorizes, home decor, a page with free and paid crochet patterns, a blog with crochet tips, behind the scenes content and inspiration, a contact form, design style, minimalistic, warm and cozy colors, preferred pink, blue and green colors, strong focus on product photography. So how it works? The AI instantly built a layout for me, like a whole working site in seconds. Then I just played around with it, added my categories, changed the colors to match my style, and that's it. You don't need any coding skills at all. And going live literally takes one click. No stress, no extra tools, hosting, domain, email, it's all in one place. Plus they've got 24/7 expert support, and if you're not sure, they have 30-day money back guaranteed too. So yeah, if you've been thinking about launching your own website or even a web app to show your creations, to show your patterns, to show your works, or whatever you love to do, I definitely recommend trying Hosting Horizons. Now you can try it for free, but if you will use my code, you will get 10% off your first month. The link to the Hosting Horizons you will find in the description below this video. So we will need one skein of raffia yarn. This is about 200 grams. As I mentioned, the link to it will be in the description under this video. I also have this beautiful crochet kit that matches the color of the raffia really well. By the way, I ordered this kit from the same website where I got the yarn. I'll be using a 4mm hook so that the bag turns out round a bit sturdier. Alright, we're going to start by making a chain. You can make it as long as you like, that will determine the width of the bottom of your bag, but your chain should divide it by 2. In my case, I'm gonna chain 40, but we will need to add one more loop. So in my case, I'm chaining 40 plus 1, it will be 41 loops. And you should do the same. For example, you're gonna chain 28 plus 1, it will be 29, or 32 plus 1, it will be 33. I hope you got it. Right now my chain measures 28 centimeters. Next, I'll be crocheting the bottom of the bag using this pattern. If you know how to read crochet charts, feel free to take a screenshot. I found this one on Pinterest, but unfortunately the author isn't credited. Still, I'll be following this exact pattern. As you can see, it starts with a chain and the little crochet stand for single crochets, where you can see 2 crocets next to each other. That's where we'll be making increases, 2 single crochets in one stitch. It's pretty straightforward. You don't have to use the exact same number of chains as shown in the chart, just use it as a guide and make sure to increase where indicated. And now, starting from the second loop from the hook, I'll begin working with single crochets. You can place a stitch marker in the first stitch so you don't lose it. Keep going with the single crochets to the end of the chain. In the very last stitch, make 3 single crochets, and into this one, into the first one, place a marker to know where to place increases in the next round. So it's our first single crochet into the last stitch, then into the same stitch the second one, and the third one into the same place, and put a marker on it too. Then continue crocheting single crochets along the other side of the chain. In the very last stage, where we've already placed 1 single crochet, we'll add 2 more single crochets. We've reached the very end of the round. Now find the base of the very first stitch, it might be a bit hidden, and into that stitch we're going to make 2 single crochets into the same space and place a stitch marker on the first one. This is important because we'll be making increases in the same spot again in the next round. And here's what we've got so far. Now I remove the first marker that showed the beginning of the round, make a slip stitch to join, and then chain 1. Into the same stitch make a single crochet, and then 1 more single crochet into the same place. I place a marker on the first one, so it will mark the start of each round. And from here, I'll just continue working 1 single crochet into each stitch until I reach the next marker. I've reached the next marker, now remove it and make 1 single crochet into this stitch, place a marker again on this stitch, and then make 1 more single crochet into the same stitch. So it's our increase. Then into the next stitch make 1 single crochet, and into the same stitch the second single crochet. Into the next stitch again make 2 single crochets in 1 stitch and place a marker on the last stitch right here. These markers show us where start the increases in the next round. Now continue crocheting 1 single crochet into each stitch until the next marker. I've reached the next marker. Make 2 single crochet into 1 stitch and place marker back on the first stitch, like this. Into the next stitch, make 2 single crochets again, 1 and into the same space, 2. Now join the round with a slip stitch, remove this marker that shows us the beginning of the next round. Make chain 1 and make 1 single crochet into the same stitch. Place a marker on this stitch and again into the same stitch make one more single crochet. Then continue crocheting one single crochet into each stitch until the next marker. I've reached the next marker, remove it and make 2 single crochets in one stitch. 1 and place marker back to the stitch and the second single crochet into the same stitch. Into the next stitch make only 1 single crochet. Into the next stitch make an increase again 2 single crochets in one stitch. Into the next stitch again only 1 single crochet. And into the next stitch 2 single crochets, it's our increase. And the last stitch with a marker, make only 1 single crochet in that stitch and place a marker back. Then continue crocheting 1 single crochet into each stitch until the next marker. I've reached the next marker and make into this stitch 2 single crochets and place marker back on the first stitch. Into the next stitch make only 1 single crochet. Into the next stitch make an increase again 2 single crochets into one stitch, 1 and into the same place 2, and into the next stitch make only 1 single crochet, like this. Then join the round with a slip stitch into the first stitch. Make chain 1 and make a single crochet into the same stitch. Into the next stitch, make only 1 single crochet. Into the next stitch, make an increase 2 single crochets in one stitch, 1 into the same place 2, and into the next stitch 1 single crochet, and crochet so on 1 single crochet into each stitch until the next marker. I've reached the next marker and right now into this stitch make only 1 single crochet, put marker back. Into the next stitch make 1 single crochet. Into the next stitch make an increase 2 single crochets in one stitch. Into the next stitch 1 single crochet, next stitch again 1 single crochet, next stitch an increase 2 single crochets in one stitch, and again next stitch 1 single crochet, next stitch 1 single crochet again, and the last stitch an increase 2 single crochets in one stitch and put marker on the second stitch. Then continue crocheting with single crochets into each stitch until the next marker. I've reached the next marker. Make 1 single crochet, put marker back on this stitch. Into the next stitch, make 1 single crochet again. Into the next stitch, make an increase 2 single crochets in one stitch, 1 and 2. Into the next stitch, make again 1 single crochet. Next stitch 1 single crochet, and the last stitch an increase 2 single crochets into one stitch. Now join the round with a slip stitch, make chain 1 and single crochet into the same stitch. Now into the same stitch make 1 more single crochet, like this. Into the next stitch 1 single crochet, into the next stitch 1 single crochet, next stitch again 1 single crochet, and then crochet 1 single crochet until the next marker. I've reached the marker. Make 2 single crochets into this stitch and place a marker back on the first stitch. It's the first stitch, and the second one into the same place. Now next stitch, 1 single crochet, next stitch, again 1 single crochet, next stitch, 1 single crochet, and into the next stitch an increase, 2 single crochets into 1 stitch. Next stitch, 1 single crochet, next stitch, again 1 single crochet, next stitch, again 1 single crochet, and into the next stitch 2 single crochets into 1 stitch, like this, and then make 3 single crochets in a row and place a marker on the last one, and then continue crocheting until the next marker. I reach the next marker, make 2 single crochets into 1 stitch and put marker back on the first stitch. It's our first stitch, and make the second one into the same place, like this. Then make 3 single crochets in a row, 1, 2, and 3. Into the next stitch make an increase, 2 single crochets into 1 stitch. And finish with the 3 single crochets in a row. And at this point I'm going to stop making increases. Right now the base of my bag measures about 31.5 centimeters. You can absolutely keep increasing if you want a wider bottom for your bag. Just make sure to follow the same pattern I showed at the beginning of the video. Stick to the same logic for where to place an increases. Now we can remove all the stitch markers except for the first one that marks the beginning of the round. Join the round as usual with a slip stitch, then make chain 1 and single crochet into the same stitch, and from here we'll continue crocheting without any increases. This will make our base to curve upward at the sides of the bag to start forming, and keep working in rounds like this until the sides are as tall as you want, or until you are happy with how the base and shape of the bag are looking. I'll keep crocheting the base until it's at least wide enough to cover the width of my phone or a water bottle. Make sure you have an even number of stitches. It should be divisible by 2, that way your mesh pattern will line up perfectly all the way around. I've finished crocheting the base and there are about 17 rounds in total. Now we're going to start working the mesh pattern. I join the round with a slip stitch and now make chain 3 and then add 1 more chain, so in total 4 chain stitches. I'm skipping 1 stitch below and making a double crochet into the next stitch. Then make chain 1, skip 1 stitch below and work 1 double crochet into the next one. Then again chain 1, skip 1 stitch below and 1 double crochet into the next one. And I'll keep repeating that around the whole row. Double crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch. I finished the round with a chain 1, and now I'm joining into the third loop of the first chain with a slip stitch. Next, make chain 4, and now I'm doing a double crochet right into the double crochet from the previous row. Then chain 1 and another double crochet into the next double crochet from the previous row. And I'll just keep repeating that all the way around. In the next row we are going to start making some increases so the bag keeps getting wider. But if you want your bag to go straight up like a rectangle, you can skip the increases and just continue working as many rounds of this mesh pattern as you like. Starting from the third row, I'm going to begin making increases, specifically increases on the side of the bag. We'll add 2 extra double crochets into those spots. So first a chain 4, and right into the same space under the chain I make another double crochet. Then I continue working the mesh pattern as usual. And now I fold the bag in half to find the opposite side and roughly mark the middle stitch on the other side. I place a stitch marker there and keep crocheting until I reach that point. When I get to that marked stitch, I remove the marker and do the increase. I make 1 double crochet, chain 1, another double crochet into the same stitch, chain 1, and then 1 more double crochet, so that's a total of 3 double crochets into one stitch, each separated by a chain. Then I mark the middle one of those 3 with a stitch marker. And after that, I just continue the mesh pattern as usual until I reach the end of the row. At the very end, I chain 1 and make 1 last double crochet into the very first double crochet of the row. Then chain 1. This makes increases symmetrical. Then I join the round with a slip stitch into the third loop of the first chain, chain 4, and repeat the same increase pattern in the next round. So make 1 more double crochet under these chains of airy loops, then crochet as usual the mesh pattern until the marker. When you reach the marker, remove it, make double crochet into that stitch, then chain 1 and 1 more double crochet into the same stitch, chain 1 and 1 more double crochet into the same stitch, and place a marker on the second stitch, like this, and continue crocheting until the end of the row. At the very end, make 1 more double crochet into the very first double crochet, chain 1, and join the row with a slip stitch. From here on out, we'll be making increases at the beginning of the row and on the side of the back where we placed the stitch marker. Just keep repeating this process in every row until your back is as wide as you want. So basically your back will keep getting wider as you go, and you can continue working upwards for as many rows as you like. I've finished 12 rows of the mesh pattern, which comes out about 18.5 centimeters. Now I'm going to switch back to the solid rounds, just like we did at the very bottom of the back. So to do that, I start with chain 1 and into the same space I work 1 single crochet. Then I make 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way around the row. No more increases here, just 1 single crochet into each stitch. When I get to the end of the row, I join with the slip stitch, chain 1, and continue the next row with single crochets again. I'll keep going like this, working solid rounds until I reach the height I want. I've done about 7 or 8 rows of single crochets. Now it's time to mark where we want the back handles to start. Try to place the markers so there's an equal number of stitches between them. As I work the round, I stop where I reach the first marker, then I chain about 50 stitches for the handle. You can make more or fewer depending on how long you want your handles. If you want longer straps, chain more. If you want shorter ones, chain less. Next, I attach the chain with a single crochet into the stitch where the next marker is. Then I continue single crocheting to the next marker and do the same thing. Chain for the second handle and attach it to the next marker with a single crochet. In the next row, once I reach the chain for the handle, I start working single crochets into each chain stitch. It's best to turn your chain slightly and insert a hook into the back loops, the little ridges on the back. This will give your handles a neater finish. I'll do 2 full rows of single crochets over the handles. After finishing those 2 rounds, I'll work 1 final round of slip stitches all the way around the top edge of the back. Try to keep your slip stitches loose so the edge doesn't get too tight. At the very end, I cut the yarn, join with a slip stitch into the first stitch and view in the end. And that's it, the bag is finished. As a final touch, I also go over the inside edges of the handles with the slip stitches to give them a cleaner, more polished look. And here's how the finished bag turned out. We're actually heading to the beach right now, and as you can see, I've packed just one towel since we're not bringing any mats or extra stuff. But look at all this space. More than half of the bag is still empty. Can you imagine how much you could fit in here? And this is what it's looked like at the beach. It's super bright and eye-catching because of the color, but at the same time the design is really simple, stylish and versatile. It works just as well for a day at the beach as it does for walking around the city. I personally really love the bag design. I hope you like it too. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you excited for the matching bucket hat? I'm thinking about making the hat with the same mesh pattern, or maybe trying a different one. Share your ideas in the comments. I'd love to my channel and give this video a like. It really helps support the video and I'd be so grateful. And we'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye, kitties!